Members of Boakai is signing the Book of Condolence. If you're just watching, welcome to the signing ceremony of the Book of Condolence in honor of the late Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Minister Grigsby, here at the Palace of the Executive Mansion.
So keep watching OTV. What you're here for is the signing of the Book of Condolence for the late Southeastern who passed this morning recently at the age of 74. And the President is here at the Executive Mansion signing the Book of Condolence for the fallen minister. And the President will be followed by several officials of government.
Minister Grigsby has served several administrations, including that of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He served as Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of State, Presidential Affairs, and the members of the cabinet are here. Members of the cabinet are here, along with the President and his family members. The First Lady, Madam Captain Boakai, is also here. If you're just joining us, you're watching live from the Executive Mansion the signing ceremony of the Book of Condolence in honor of the late Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Sylvester M. Grigsby. President Boakai just concluded the signing. So we're going to speak to the family. President now go to say hi to the families of the late minister. You'll have the President greeting the family members here of the late minister. sister there. Of the sisters. President. Next, you have the First Lady to come and Madam Katumuyeta Boakai is coming to sign Book of Condolence in honor of the late Minister Grigsby. It's been a quiet, sad morning here for family members and members of the Executive Mansion, His Excellency the President. There you have the First Lady signing and remembering a dear friend of her husband and a friend of the family who had the opportunity to serve his country prior to his death. First Lady just concluded signing the Book of Condolence. Now she's headed to greet the family members of the President. If you're just joining us, you're watching the Executive Mansion live coverage of the signing of the Book of Condolence by the President and members of the Cabinet. You'll have the Foreign Minister Madam Sarah Besloyanti will be the next to sign the Book of Condolence. Madam Sarah Besloyanti signing condolence. Our family members look on, as well as members of the cabinet, of the presidency, that First Lady and Minister of Finance, Minister Mamakability, Minister of Finance, Auguste Kafur, and others.
Minister of Finance, Auguste Kafur, is now taking his turn to sign the Book of Condolence. There he is. Ambassador Wallace there being escorted to his seat. Cabinet ministers, or in that sad mood, as you know, Minister Grigsby served in this building, the executive mansion, as the Minister of State, Chief of Staff to the President of the Republic. Minister Gaffwan still signing. Minister Gaffwan concludes and greets the family. And now we have the Minister of State with a portfolio, Haja Mamakability, who has been acting as Minister of State for Presidential Affairs in the absence of the fallen minister. Ability. Presidential Press Secretary being very emotional about this situation. Everybody in this building is struck by this death. The acting Minister of State, Hajama Makability, is still signing there. Minister Bellet is still expressing her emotions through her pen in that Book of Condolence. She worked well with Minister Grigsby at the executive mansion. So I guess she has a lot to say. While the President, the First Lady, and other senior government officials are looking on with good number of cabinet ministers, heads of other agencies, and so are all seated waiting their turn. Yeah. President Boakai, First Lady Katumuyata Boakai. On the front here is Minister Ngafwa. On the President's left hand is Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Sarah Besley Nyanti. We still have Minister Bellet expressing her feelings. She finally got through, and then she will proceed to greet the family, while the next in line, next minister in line, Labour Minister Kopakua, takes the seat. Minister Bellet returns to her seat right there near the foreign minister, while Minister Kopakua begins to put down his condolences. Yeah, I told her ever since the party was done. What's it? Why you want? Why you want? I want to take it comes. I want money. Is that what it is? Okay, let me try it.
Yeah.
The Minister of Labor just concluded.
Almost too small statesman. It's the open prayer from your side. Several government officials are signing. We also do expect to see the arrival of the Vice President.
Well, next we have Youth and Sports Minister Ko Bangalo. You are correct.
My sin not is hard,
All right. So, Mr. Kobangalu, we start signing. So, the ministers now coming gradually. Continue the signing. We see Events and Mines Minister, Honorable Boakai, joining the signing here. We've had several ministers joining the signing already. Boakai is the ex-line. Also on a two statement. By all era. So folks, keep following, keep watching us. Keep watching and kindly leave your comments also in the comment section. As the signing continues, there are several government officials who are still lined up to continue the signing. We're yet to see the arrival of the Vice President. Just yesterday, the Vice President was here held necessity for that. There's several communications and several discussions on the country's development spread out here at the Tea House of the Executive Council. Today marks the
Don't let me know I'm standing right here. What is Mike? Thank you. So folks, thanks for joining us. We had some technical problem.
Of course, statement quite well. So, yes, the Minister of Education. So I have a lot to express on them based on our relationship with the foreign Minister of State. This emotional scenes from the public officials as they signed the Book of Condolence of their foreign colleague. You noticed similar expression from the face of President Boakai, to whom the foreign statesman must be dismissed. After the Minister of Education is not there, the ministers were in line to join the signing of the Book of Condolence, but the Minister of Education has concluded now. Another minister, our public official, was also going to pay their respect to the foreign statesmen.
His Excellency President Joseph.
So the Minister of Education will also greet family members and extend our condolence. The Agriculture Minister now is next to sign the Book of Condolence. Minister Alexander the type of signing.
From the business of Minister Grigsby.
Praise the Lord, oh my soul. I wish that it's now before that.
And so the signing of the Book of Condolence will continue throughout the day. Some of the public officials will come here, spare the schedule given by the government of Liberia. The signing will continue up to 5 p.m. this evening, when the general public will be given the chance to also visit the grounds of the executive mansion to participate in the signing of the Book of Condolence for the Foreign Minister of State. So, if you're out there, and of course, as a prominent Liberian, you might want to make your way here at the executive mansion, but that is obviously going to be evening hours at 5 p.m. this evening, when the Book of Condolence will be opened to the general public for a chance to join the signing. So we still have Alexander Mota, the Education Minister, still signing. Sorry, the Minister of Agriculture, excuse me. The Minister of Agriculture has just gotten through. Go now go and also extend his condolence and sympathy to the family of the Minister who are seated here in the pew or here in the parlor of the executive mansion.
Minister Grigsby.
So the next minister in line is Minister Matthew Pia, Minister of Information for Cultural Affairs and Tourism. Now signing.
Information
being a media guru and a communication specialist, also the late Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, was also contributed greatly to the Liberian media.
Ese es la que tengo con la TV.
Ya te digo, más por lo pueden ser, ya te digo, más por lo pueden ser. Yeah. So, Minister of Education Minister Grigsby is now signing. Like I mentioned, the late Minister of State, Minister Minister Grigsby, also contributed greatly to the Liberian media for having one of the country's most prominent newspapers. And so having the Minister of Information signing that contribution, of course, over 4 decades of contribution to nation building and governance, serving Boakai, to whom the minister was not just a public official but an astute statesman, a brother, a confidant to His Excellency the President. We are still witnessing more signings here. Several prominent Liberians expressing their deepest condolence and sympathy for the passing of an astute statesman, the late Honorable Sylvester M. Grigsby. And just to run you through quickly, the news of the passing of the late statesman reached the office of His Excellency the President on August 9, 2025. It was on a Saturday when President Boakai visited Nimba in Magidi County to dedicate a military facility. And of course, the news that the Honorable statesman had fallen while seeking treatment in the United States at age 74, born 1950. Minister Grigsby, President Boakai described his passing as an immeasurable loss to both his administration and the country at large. He also called Honorable Grigsby a trusted friend, an astute statesman, and a trusted partner, and also a pillar of integrity whose counsel and dedication will be deeply missed in the country. And also another political establishment which the late statesman was a part of and contributed, the Truing Party, which also sent in their condolence for the passing of the late statesman. And so now we have the transport minister signing the Book of Condolence. So still speaking about the fallen statesman, the late Minister Grigsby's career in public service spanned over 40 years, like 4 decades. Sure. So basically, just to bring your memories back as to some of the ministers and public officials who have signed the Book of Condolence here for the fallen statesman. Of course, His Excellency President Boakai, emotionally, with tears in his eyes, was the first to have signed the Book of Condolence, and of course followed by the First Lady of the Republic, First Lady Madam Katumo Y. Boakai, and of course the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Next signed Madam Sarah Best Loyanti, did sign also the Book of Condolence. We also saw the Acting Minister of State, Madam Boakai Delete, in the office of the President, who also signed the Book of Condolence. Then we saw the several ministers joining, the Minister of Information, the Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Transport, now currently signing, is now heading towards the family to greet the family this morning and extend his deepest condolence. We also have the minister here from the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications, also adding his message and signature to a memory that will forever be missed, that of the fallen Minister of State for Presidential Affairs,
the late Minister Grigsby, an astute statesman who has contributed greatly to nation building and governance. And of course, yes, that's Honorable Sekou Kuma of the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications there, also signing and leaving a message, of course, for the fallen State Minister. More ministers, more public officials still lined up, still sitting here in the parlor of the Executive Mansion to honor the passing of an astute statesman. And as you all have noticed, we've witnessed several of them signing. We still have in the pew seated the CSA boss, Honorable Josiah Boakai, is also seated, expected to also join the signing. We are hoping that the Vice President, His Excellency Honorable Jeremiah Pankong, who was just seated in the President's Cabinet meeting yesterday, might also join the signing of the Book of Condolence here at the Executive Mansion. We still see the arrival of several other government officials coming in to honor this national occasion here. Who would have believed that Liberia will now be mourning the passing of an astute statesman? One would say one of the country's heroes has fallen. And so this is a sad moment for Liberia. This is a sad moment for His Excellency the President. And so obviously we might not see the presence of the Honorable Vice President here. As we've been informed, he's currently honoring a national assignment, if I may say, for His Excellency the President. The Honorable Vice President is representing His Excellency President Boakai in Ghana. Also on another unfortunate situation, as you all may be aware, Ghana is mourning the passing of 6 of its public officials, especially from the military, who had lost their lives in a helicopter crash. So the Honorable Vice President, who told, is now in Ghana and honoring this particular occasion there on behalf of His Excellency President Boakai.
Yeah, I can confirm it. But you confirm it. It's international. Justice Minister. Justice Ministry.
And so currently approaching for the signing now is the CSA Director General Josiah Boakai. He has taken his seat, took a moment of silence, staring at the portrait of the late Minister of State before engaging the book to sign. Honorable Josiah Boakai, an emotional moment, of course, for him. The fallen statesman, obviously, have served as a key inspiration for more government officials. We also see arriving now in the parlor of the executive mansion government officials, lawmakers, of course, precisely. I'm seeing the Maryland County lawmaker, Honorable Blebo Brown, arriving along with few other lawmakers from the legislature here in the parlor of the executive mansion to honor this signing of the Book of Condolence for the fallen statesman. And I see Honorable Blebo Brown from Maryland County has just arrived, along with several other lawmakers who are now seated in the parlor. They will also all join this signing ceremony. And so, as we continue, we'll just walk you through as to some of the ministers and public officials who have already signed. But currently, we still have signing now the Director General of the Civil Service Agency, Director General Josiah Boakai, honoring the signing of the Book of Condolence here also. And so it didn't take quite a while. Honorable Boakai is done. He will also walk to the family and extend his condolence. And
Yes. So, thanks so much for watching.
of course, yes, you are seeing now signing the chairman on the National Investment Commission, Honorable Jeff Grigsby, now signing and honoring this national engagement, remembering the passing of a fallen statesman also. And so as the signing continues, we see more officials pouring in here in the parlor of the executive mansion. It's quite an emotional moment for most of them. And wherever you're watching and following us, this is a national broadcast being brought to you from the executive mansion as Liberia mourns the passing of its Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, a minister who has contributed greatly to governance and nation building. On August 9, 2025, Liberia received a shocking news of the passing of the fallen statesman. Honorable Jeff Grigsby is now done. He's the chairperson on the National Investment Commission. So more signing continues.
Quite title.
And so, Honorable Samuel A. Steve Choir now joins the signing also, taking a brief moment to reflect and staring at the portrait of the fallen Minister of State before proceeding to sign as a way of paying respect to the late Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. Sure. It's obvious the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs was his fallen boss, or is his fallen boss. He's done already. He will also extend his sympathy to the family. We also see Honorable Nathaniel Kwabo who's also arrived to join fellow government officials. So still signing, Honorable Nathaniel Kwabo, the Director General of the Cabinet. Just yesterday, Honorable Kwabo was in the President's Cabinet meeting, speaking of the country's economy and and of course, being the Director General of the Cabinet, it's obvious seeing Honorable Kwabo signing, emotionally reflecting that one hero or one member of the President's Cabinet has fallen, paying respect, due respect, honoring the memories of a statesman. And of course, one of his senior advisors to the President, Dr. Augustine Kane, calmly takes a seat and signs the Book of Condolence for his fallen colleague, his fallen senior colleague, statesman also. And so we're still seeing members of the President's Cabinet still signing. We've also seen representatives from the Senate, from the Ministry of Justice, and of course from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where the minister once served as Deputy and Acting Minister for Foreign Affairs, and also serving several diplomatic missions for Liberia in the EU, Luxembourg, and also serving as former superintendent for Asino County in Southeastern Liberia, where he hails from. And so as the signing continues, we expect now to also see some of the lawmakers who have just arrived here to join the signing ceremony. We've seen Maryland County Senator Honorable Blebo Brown, Montreal County Senator Honorable Ibrahim Darius Delon, respectfully. They are here to represent the Liberian Senate or the legislature. And so, folks, the government in the coming days will release a schedule, more details for funeral arrangements for the late statesman. But of course, today marks the signing of the Book of Condolence here in the parlor of the Executive Mansion. Earlier, this event was scheduled to have taken place at the Foreign Ministry, where the minister also served diligently. But of course, he recently served as the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. And here at the Executive Mansion, where he had his office, his passing is being honored by his colleagues and officials for the signing of the Book of Condolence here. And so, most statesmen, Ambassador Wallace, and so calmly, one of President Boakai's astute, experienced, and senior ambassadors, Ambassador Wallace, who also attested his signature and leave it. Ambassador George Wallace will also leave an emotional message here to honor the memory of the fallen statesman. And he writes calmly in worth and years of experience still serving his country and contributing greatly to nation building and governance in the office of the president. Ambassador George Wallace, an ambassador at large, also amongst one of the senior members amongst the president's cabinet, signing the Book of Condolence for one of his fallen colleagues. And as the signing continues, the First Lady and His Excellency the President, President Boakai, sit by, also being consulted by government officials who are here, seated by His Excellency the President, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Madam Sarah Beslow Yanti. So Ambassador George Wallace, an ambassador at large, has also signed bowing to the portrait as a sign of respect to the fallen statesman. And of course, the Ministry of Public Works being represented here by Honorable Prince Tama, Deputy Minister at the Ministry of Public Works, also being a member of President Boakai's cabinet and government. Of course, the Ministry of Public Works has been represented. I obviously don't see the Minister proper, Minister William Giddens, but of course, Honorable Prince Tamba, so Deputy Minister, is here representing, obviously, the Ministry of Public Works, and also showing their condolence for the passing of the late Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Minister Sylvester M. Grigsby, the late. So as the signing continued, we're still seeing more ministers who are joining the signing ceremony here in the parlor of the Executive Mansion. And after this, we also do expect to see members of the legislature who have just arrived Mansion to form a part of the signing. And so Minister Prince Tamba, Deputy Minister at the Ministry of Public Works, will join the. We also see lawmakers now joining the signing process. You see Maryland County Senator James P. Banney of Maryland County, once formerly also served as a representative of Harper District once, but now Senator at the Liberian Senate, affirming his signature, astute member of the National Patriotic Party, the NPP, and also an astute son of Maryland County, honoring the passing of the fallen statesman here. Honorable James Banney is also along with several lawmakers from the Liberian Senate who are here to show their respect to the late fallen statesman. I've seen, along with Honorable James Banney, Senator Abraham Darius Delon. I also did see Maryland County Senator Honorable Glebo Brown, who is also here to honor this occasion here at the parlor of the Executive Mansion. It just tells you that the fallen statesman's influence went across every sector of Liberia. Also, being a Southeasterner, one can say it's obvious that Honorable James Banney and his colleagues from the Southeast will obviously be here to show their respect and honor the passing of the fallen statesman. With emotions in his face, you see him writing, and of course, leaving what will appear as a heartfelt message for the fallen Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, who also has contributed greatly to nation building and governance. Formerly superintendent of Sino County, which is also in the southeast, where Maryland County, Senator James B. Barney also hails from. And so Senator Barney will now also greet members of the family, also come in with other government officials. So Honorable Abo Chair also extend his condolence to members of the family. And of course, more lawmakers still joining. Honorable Boakai, yes, of Republic County, Senator Madam Boakai of Republic County. So right after Honorable Chie, we now have Senator Boakai of Papaloo County from the Liberian Senate. Is also joining her colleagues to pay a tribute and pay respect to the fallen statesmen. And so now, as the Liberian Senate joined the signing ceremony here, we expect more lawmakers also to join. We are seeing the arrival Honorable Boy Charles Singbe, Riverside County lawmaker, walking in the parlor of the executive mansion and joining his colleagues. So folks, Honorable Kane is also still she will continue on the signing, and more lawmakers are still being ushered in. Come to think of it, the late statesman's influence across the country affected several sectors of Liberia, and so we will be seeing Grand Bassa County Senator, of course, the Senate Pro Tem, Madam Senator Yumli Kanga Lawrence will take a seat and also leave a message here in the Book of Condolence for the fallen statesmen. We have quite a list of government officials who are here, especially now from the legislature. Senate Pro Tem Madam Yumli Kanga Lawrence of Grand Bassa County, now signing the Book of Condolence. Earlier we had Honorable Boakai of Papaloo County, and of course now Grand Bassa County Senator Yumli Kanga Lawrence is also signing the Book of Condolence for the fallen statesmen. There are more lawmakers, like we keep saying, who are lined up here to honor this occasion, to honor and send their respects to for the fallen statesmen. I also see entering into the parlor of the executive mansion, Honorable Alex Tyler arriving here. So, live from the executive mansion, this is the signing of the Book of Condolence for Liberia's fallen Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, one described by His Excellency President Boakai as an astute statesman, a friend, and a partner, and also describing his passing as an immeasurable loss to Liberia and, of course, to President Boakai's government and administration. And so, Madam Senator Yumli Kanga Lawrence is done, and she will Greek members of the family also extending her sympathy. We also see Honorable Prince Moi of Boakai now heading to also sign. So Honorable Prince Moi will join his colleagues here at the signing of the Book of Condolence. And Senator Yumli Kangaland, after signing, will greet His Excellency the President and the First Lady, and also several officials who are also here, showing respect. And as Honorable Prince Moi signs, of course, this is a huge loss, a huge national loss for Liberia. Lots of contribution to nation building and governance made by the late statesman, Honorable Sylvester M. Grigsby. 4 unbroken decades of contribution to nation building, upholding integrity, of course being described by President Boakai as an icon of integrity, and also describing his passing as an immeasurable loss. But more lawmakers, more senators, more public officials still being ushered in. It's still attesting. They're done already, of course, and will attest his signature to this Book of Condolence, which will obviously serve as a national document and symbol for the passing of the late lawmaker, the late statesman, the late Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. And also here, Grand Cape County Honorable Vapila, Senator Vapila of Grand Cape County, also signing the Book of Condolence here, and joining fellow lawmakers to sign the Book of Condolence for the late and fallen statesman. While most officials of President Boakai's cabinet have already signed, we still have a few government officials who are still seated to honor the signing of the fallen statesman and pay their respects. Family members sit here in the parlor of the executive mansion. Of course, all receiving the sympathy of public officials and lawmakers who are here to also honor this signing of the Book of Condolence. President Boakai still seated, accompanied by the First Lady, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister of Education, the Ambassador at Large, the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Acting Minister of State, and of course, we see Maryland County Senator Honorable Blago Brown now joining his colleagues to pay tribute and honor the passing of a fallen statesman. Honorable Brown once served also as a superintendent for Maryland County, now senator, also an astute statesman, here to pay his respect to the fallen Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. He has joined several lawmakers from the Liberian Senate, accompanied by the Senate Pro Tem, Madam Yumli Kangaland. This is a sign that the fallen Minister of State's influence and contribution to nation building had affected almost every sector of Liberia. Senator Glebo Brown, also being a Southeastern lawmaker, hail from Maryland, in the Southeast, also where the late Minister Grigsby once served as superintendent for Sino County. And of course, leaving behind over 40 years of contribution to nation building and governance. And so Senator Brown is done. He will also let there we have the Lofa County lawmaker, the Lofa County Senator, Honorable Momo Cyrus, now joining his colleagues to sign the Book of Condolence for the fallen statesman. Like I keep saying, there are more lawmakers who are here. It all speaks to the influence and the effect of the fallen statesman. This is obviously a huge loss for Liberia. The country is mourning the passing of someone who contributed 40 unbroken years of his life to nation building, national governance, working in several administrations. And of course, the administration of former President TrueLiberia to that of now, the administration of His Excellency President Boakai. And so arriving or walking to sign now is Montreal County Senator Ibrahim Darius Delon. Senator Delon will join his colleagues also to sign the Book of Condolence here. Like several lawmakers and senators have done, Montreal County Senator Abraham Darius Delon is also inking his message to the Book of Condolence of a fallen statesman. This is obviously a huge loss for Liberia. I keep emphasizing that. And with the presence of the entire government, so to speak. So just to bring you up to speed about funeral arrangements, the government of Liberia is set to release the official calendar of events for funeral arrangements for the late Minister of State. But currently, today marks the signing of the Book of Condolence, like you're all witnessing, watching here on these national platforms. And so Senator Delon, like other senators, has already signed the Book of Condolence. He will also go at the other end of the parlor to greet family members and extend his sympathy and condolence to them. Now we see a Nimba County lawmaker. Yeah, of course. We see Nimba County lawmaker Honorable Yanti Twayen, or you may want to call him Honorable Yan Twayen, signing here the Book of Condolence, also joining fellow lawmakers, fellow senators here at the parlor of the Executive Mansion. There are more lawmakers who are here already to honor this event or to honor the signing of the Book of Condolence. So you can also leave your comments, leave your condolence messages in the comment section. And you may also want to leave your statement of memory that you might have for the late Minister of State, for those of you who might have come in close contact or crossed paths with a late statesman, just as a way of expressing your condolence. Well, the Nima County Senator Yang Twine has already signed. And so, Honorable Nimini Batikwa of Kanku County also, and astute statesman also, have served as a lawmaker for quite a reasonable amount of time in Liberia now. Has contributed greatly to governance and also to Liberian politics. Joining fellow senators and lawmakers here. Honorable Numini Batikwa of Kanku County. Not being more regional, but quite one of the third officials now from the Southeast, where Honorable Grigsby also hailed from. He will also, like other lawmakers, have done more for the Great family members and extend his sympathy and condolence message. So we now also see Margibi County lawmaker Senator Antonio Falo Mageo approaching. Senator Mageo will join his colleagues. Senator Mageo will join his colleagues here at the signing of the Book of Condolence. Senator Mageo also a former Minister of State for Presidential Affairs of the Republic, attesting his signature here or signing the Book of Condolence for a fallen colleague and also a fallen statesman. Minister Mageo once served in the position the late Minister of State Honorable Grigsby has served, and so one may say the memory will obviously come different. And as a country losing a Minister of State, obviously cannot be described as anything else but, of course, like President Boakai has described it, as an immeasurable loss for Liberia and also for his government. And so Minister Mageo, like Senator Mageo, like other government officials, have signed the Book of Condolence as.
Let me ask.
Of course, USS County Honorable Jivon Smith. Senator Jivon Smith of USS County also. Honorable Wellington Jivon Smith of USS County joins his colleagues here also. And so we keep saying there are more lawmakers who are in the parlor of the executive mansion. There are also other public officials who are still here in the parlor of the executive mansion. I do this for a living. Yeah, Senator Jivon Smith continues to put down memories and pen down words of sympathy and condolence for the passing of the late statesman. For those of you watching, kindly leave your condolence message. Of course, this is a national loss to Liberia. And so you might want to leave your condolence message. And also to the family. And of course to President Boakai, to whom Minister Grigsby was a close ally, a friend and brother, as described by His Excellency the President himself.
But you get Google shot now. What the president do?
And so, folks, we're still having more lawmakers here signing the Book of Condolence. And Honorable Jivon Smith, who've just signed, has gone on the other end of the parlor to greet members of the late Minister Grigsby's family. I also see amongst family members Honorable Grigsby, the former head of the Arms Commission of the Republic of Liberia. And so, as the signing continues here in the parlor of the Executive Mansion, this broadcast also is being brought to you on ELBC Radio 99.9 FM. And also live here on the Liberia National Television, and being simulcast on the official Facebook page of the Executive Mansion. Honorable Alex Thaler will also join the signing. Former House Speaker Senator Alex Thaler there joining the signing. Yes, The Bomi County lawmaker, Honorable Senator Alex Thaler, joins his colleagues here to honor this signing of the Book of Condolence. Honorable Thaler is formerly a House Speaker, and so this is obviously and so Honorable Thaler has attested his signature. Honorable Thaler has attested his signature. He will also now join members of the family to extend his sympathy. Most senators are coming. The Honorable of course, Lofa County Senator Honorable Joseph Jala also joins the signing. Honorable Jala, also an astute statesman who obviously also knew the late Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, is also joining his colleagues to sign the Book of Condolence for the late fallen statesman, Honorable Joseph Jara of Lofa County. For those of you watching, kindly leave your condolence message in the comments section, of course. And Honorable Jala, Honorable Joseph Jara of Lofa County, is also an astute statesman, joining his fellow senators, fellow lawmakers here in the parlor of the Executive Mansion. So, folks, it's been quite a while now since the signing of the Book of Condolence, or since the Book of Condolence for the late Minister of State was opened here in the parlor of the Executive Mansion. The signing began when His Excellency President Boakai signed and then First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, First Lady Madam Katumunwa Boakai, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister Sarah Beslow Yanti, Minister of State, Acting Minister of State, Madam Mamakai Bility. We also had the Minister of Finance for Development Planning, Honorable Minister Lafon. And and then we also now seen Honorable Thomas Yaya Nimle joining also of Nigeria. Honorable Thomas Yaya Nimle also joining his colleagues here for the signing of the Book of Condolence. A lawmaker with lots of history and contribution also to national development. And so Honorable Thomas Yaya Nimle now joining the signing of the Book of Condolence. Just a few months or probably a month or two back, the lawmaker also joined the government of Liberia to honor the reburial of late Liberian President Samuel Kayando. And again, he's also here to sign the Book of Condolence for Honorable Sylvester Grigsby. So, yeah, next in line is Honorable Augustine Chie. The Honorable lawmaker will join his colleague right after Senator Thomas Yaya Nimle Hafton from Sino County, the next in line. And so now Honorable Augustine Chie will approach the Book of Condolence to sign. Come to think of it, the late Minister of State had served as a superintendent of Sino County, where Honorable Augustine Chie also hails from and represents. And so it's obviously a loss for the people of Sino, of course, holistically for the people of Liberia. And so Honorable Chie, one may say, is signing the Book of Condolence for the fallen statesman, but he's also signing the Book of Condolence for his fallen kingsmen. Honorable Chie is also signing the Book of Condolence for his fallen kingsmen. While it's true that the passing of the late senator affects the entire country, but from Sino County, where he once served as a superintendent, Honorable Augustine Chie now is also a lawmaker from that part of the country. So the Southeasterners have lost one of theirs. Liberia have lost a fallen statesman. So it's a long queue of lawmakers, obviously. This emphasizes the importance attached to the loss of the Minister of State, obviously.
It's not just a sad time for government.
If you're listening to this broadcast, we're coming to you live from the parlor of the Executive Mansion, where the government of Liberia have opened the Book of Condolence for fallen statesmen, Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Honorable Sylvester M. Grigsby. On August 9, the news of Honorable Grigsby.
She asked me for something. Trying to come. Okay. What was your favorite? You say she
President Boakai received the sad
the foreign
news
minister.
of the passing of the fallen statesman. And
Don't worry.
the funeral arrangements are being made. The funeral arrangements, of course, the government of Liberia will come up with the official calendar of events for the funeral and burial of the late statesman. But the Minister of State passed off, while seeking treatment in the United States. And So the government of Liberia today has opened the Book of Condolence for his past parlor of the executive mansion. President Boakai opened the Book of Condolence, and we saw several ministers, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, where the late Minister of State once served as acting and Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs. So, as the calendar depicts, we have seen this representatives from the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Finance, of course, being represented fully by the Minister himself.
Information.
Of course, the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism. From the communication arm, the late Minister of State also contributed greatly to Liberia media by having one of the country's brightest newspapers. And now, more lawmakers are pushing to sign the Book of Condolence here. So as we move on, we're seeing more lawmakers joining the signing here. We're seeing the signing. So folks, we're also informed at around 5 p.m. the general public will join the signing.
Yeah, they are into the people signing out. Not specific way name.
There are several folks who are also proxying for ministries and agencies, proxying also for lawmakers here at this signing.
The Ministry of Justice, the deputy.
Yes, sure. At the Ministry of Justice, the deputy also came and signed on behalf of the minister herself. The Chief Justice, in fact, precisely, that's from the Supreme Court of Liberia, or the judiciary, if I may say. And so, this is a moment of national unity. One may say, it's often said that death unites people. And so you see a full house of public officials, everyone expressing sympathy and writing their condolence message.
Yeah, so the loss is not just for the government, the country as a whole.
Of course, Liberia as a whole. So as the signing continues, currently we've had several lawmakers who have signed. I think we have the number of lawmakers completed already. It's a long list of lawmakers we've seen. We've seen lawmakers from Maryland, from Sino, where the late statesman hails from, and yes, where the late statesman hailed from. We've seen representatives from the Justice Ministry, from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in fact, represented by the Minister of Foreign Affairs herself. And so,
I don't know, we have not received any representation from the Vice President office.
And so we've been informed that the Vice President has traveled to Ghana to honor an assignment or a function on behalf of His Excellency, the President. Remember, Ghana also is mourning the passing of 6 of 8 officials, especially from the defense. They unfortunately lost their lives in the helicopter crash.
Yeah.
So we are now having a representative from the Ministry of Commerce. Just the Minister of Commerce herself will now sign the Book of Condolence. Now, as the Minister of Commerce signs, as Honorable Minister Madeleine Takose of the Commerce signs, the lawmakers now are departing the parlor of the as the lawmakers depart the parlor of the executive mansion. They will now bid President Boakai say goodbye to His Excellency the President. They will all greet President Boakai, Honorable James Pan, Senator Yombi Kanga Lawrence, Honorable Fatila, Honorable Prince Moi, Honorable Thomas Yaya Nimle, all of the lawmakers greeting His Excellency President Boakai, Honorable Glebo Brown of Maryland County, sharing pleasantries here, Honorable Alex Tyler, Honorable Numeni Patikwa, Honorable Momo Saros, Honorable Alex Tyler, Senator Abraham Darius DeLong, you name a long list of government officials, former Minister of State Nathaniel Fallow McGill, Maryland County Senator Glebo Brown, a long list of government officials, all greeting Madam First Lady, Mr. President, Acting Minister of State, Mama Ability, Foreign Minister. You should see the smile on President Boakai's face as he shares pleasantries with these lawmakers here in the parlor of the Executive Mansion.
Happy day will be down by. I'm joking. You're not joking there.
This is actually long. His Excellency President Boakai is obviously receiving handshakes, gestures, his lawmakers as he performed. And after the signing ceremony, being introduced to the events, those party So folks, you saw His Excellency President Boakai. We also just saw the arrival of Honorable Thomas P. Fala, Honorable Representative Thomas P. Fala of Lofa County, formerly also of Montreal, is now signing the Book of Condolence here in the parlor of the Executive Mansion. So just like the senators have departed, we are now seeing legislators, especially from the House of Representatives, arriving.
In sequence after the president, dealing with his cabinet, and then you have
So of course, it's actually being done in sequence, just like we had the senators. We now have lawmakers from the House of Representatives who are here. And so it's quite a long process. If you've seen the calendar, you'll notice after the executive, the judiciary,
the Senate being headed by the Vice President.
Sure, of course, the Senate being headed by the Vice President, and then the judiciary, the House of Representatives, the Foreign Ministry, then followed by other government agencies and ministries. So we are now having lawmakers from the House of Representatives. We are witnessing Honorable Thomas P. Fala there signing. And so, folks, wherever you're watching and following us from, we'd like to say thanks for watching. And thanks for following. More Minister of State have signed. We now have representatives from the House of Representatives now signing the Book of Condolence here in the parlor of the Executive Mansion, respectively, to honor the passing of a fallen statesman, late Minister of State, Honorable.
Now that we're apart, if you I've been through, you I've asked you, have you ever been lonely?
But anything we do, leave that on the wall free.
And you see